Welcome to lesson 8.4, where we're going to be using our calculators today to compute fractions, so adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions. I'll be teaching you shortcuts on calculators so you're easily able to compute those functions. Warming up our brains first. Which one is closer to 2? Think about the smaller the pieces, the like let's say 15/16. This is going to be much larger than 4/5 because you can think about us if we had 16 slivers of pie and one less of that compared to the one of 4/5. So 1 and 15/16 is going to be larger. Taking a look at 8/7. So we are we would move to 1 and 1/7, and we're comparing it to 1 and 1/6, and we're getting closer to 2, which would be 1 and 1/6 because a seventh is smaller than a sixth. 1.5 and 15/18. If we were to get this into an this improper fraction to a mixed number, we would have 1 and 7/8. And 1 and 7/8 or 15/8 is much closer to 2 than 1.5. 1 and 2/3 and 11/6. So we have 1 and 5/6. 1 and 5/6 is going to be closer to 2 than 1 and 2/3. 18/5, which is going to be 3 and 3/5, and 1 and 9/10. 1 and 9/10 is going to be closer because this is almost to 3, where this is very close to 2. 23/11, putting it into a mixed number, would be 2 and 2/11, and this is 1 and 7/9, which is definitely closer to 2. Today you're going to be playing fraction action, fraction friction. You will need a Math Master page 459 to complete this. Things that you want to think about: what are common denominators that might find for the sum, which means adding all the fourths and the sixths? What common denominator might you use to find the sums of all thirds, fourths, and sixths? Thinking about your quick common denominators, that might be of help. What common denominator might you use to find the sum of thirds and sixths? So what common denominator do they have? And what is the least common denominator for all the fraction cards? So what numbers do 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 all have in common? That should help you as you play fraction action, fraction friction, which is in your SRB on page 312. Today's lesson, we're going to be taking a look at using a calculator to help compute adding and subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions. Now, each calculator is completely different, so you need to see the calculator that you have. Looking at your iPad calculators, it is not a definite, easy thing to do. So I definitely suggest using our calculators that we have in our back of our room to complete your lesson today. I have an example of what our calculator would look like, which is located right here. In order to do these problems, you are going to need to be using this unit button, and also this is actually going to be a fraction bar. Once you can finish doing your addition and subtraction problem, this F to D, D to F button might be of benefit and help to you, because what it's telling you is going from fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction. So if I had a decimal 0.25, I hit this button, it's going to show me that 1/4 it is equal to. So some of you struggle to figure out, like, what is 0.1825 equal to in fraction. You can press that in decimal 1825, hit this button, and it'll tell you which fraction it is equal to. Another button that is helpful is this simp button, and means to simplify. It will reduce the fraction down for you. Now in just a second, I'm going to be showing you a couple examples. The first one is going to be 2 and 3/6, and we're adding 5 and 6/9 to it. Okay. Now you're going to first see me And I apologize that the video is crooked, so that's why I'm explaining it to here. The first thing I'm going to do is hit the 2 button, then the unit, because that's going to tell me that that 2 is a whole number. After I hit the unit, I'm going to press 3, and this division bar, which tells us it's a fraction, 6. Then I'm going to add 5, making it a whole number by hitting this unit, 6, division bar, 9, and then I'm going to hit equals. After I hit equals, you might see that I hit the fraction to decimal button, and it will tell us what our fraction is actually equal to. You can see that I actually try to hit it a couple times to bring it back to fraction, and it seems that as soon as you get into from fraction to decimal, it won't bring you back from decimal to fraction. The second example that I show you is 3 2/3, and we add 3 5/6 onto it. Once again, you'll see me hit the unit button. I'll go 3, unit button, 2, fraction bar, 3. Then I'm adding 3, unit, 5, fraction bar, 6, and then I'll hit equals. The video as well is a little bit blurry. There's a glare that happens, but I do try to show you what the calculator does look like once I finish. Okay, you can see that I am going ahead and hitting 2 3, 6. I'm hitting the addition button, and you can see the screen right here where it has that. And it's a little blurry here. But you can see that that's showing that unit. Okay, and here is our answer, 7. And then I hit a fraction of decimal, and it is equal to 8.1666. Looking at our next example, I'm pressing in 3 2/3. There's my unit of 3. Putting in 2, fraction bar 3, 3 2/3. I'm adding 3 5/6. Make sure you use that unit button to get a whole number. Hitting equals. Okay, and I have 6 9/6, and I am simplifying, and it's actually not reducing it down, so I go ahead and put the fraction of decimal and see that it is equal to 7.5. That is how you're going to be using your calculator to help solve addition, subtraction problems with your calculator. If you're at any point not sure about what I did, please let me know so I can assist you, or if you're not getting the answer that you think it should be. Always try doing your longhand work first to check to make sure that you're actually hitting the correct buttons. Good luck with your lesson today.